Hey everyone, my name is Nicole. I'm a senior recreation assistant with the city of Stockton, and today is National Endangered Species Day. So we're going to be making a craft of one of my favorite animals that happens to be an endangered species, the tiger. The craft is fun, cute, simple to do, and you can do it with all age groups. I made an example here with my 3-year-old daughter, and I actually had another one that I made as a white tiger because they are my favorite, that my 8-year-old nephew thought was really cool and actually took with him, so I'm not able to show you that here today. But the fun part that my daughter really enjoyed and my nephew was that they seen that we got to use our hands to make these, and that's really the most important part of the craft. So it doesn't take a lot of supplies: pencil, markers or crayons, pair of scissors, glue, and paper. Not too bad. If you don't have colored paper, that's okay. You can always use white paper. Make the white tiger, or use the white paper, color in your tiger, whatever color you choose. So I hope you guys really enjoy the craft, and let's get started. Okay, so here I'm going to actually do a white tiger. I'm choosing to do white paper. One, I really like the white tigers, but two, I want to make sure that you see everything. So you have a pencil, a marker of your choice, scissors, glue, and then if you want any other colors, I'm going to choose to do blue eyes for this particular tiger. Not too many supplies. So we are going to start by tracing our hand. And the nice thing about this project is that you only need one piece of paper, unless you make mistakes, which is okay. So I'm going to use the pencil to trace my hand. I do recommend using a pencil because when you use a marker, it's so easy to get the marker in between your fingers and just becomes a real pain. Okay, so I know that's really hard to see, but not to worry. We're actually going to outline everything with the black marker. I guess you don't have to do it. I like to, just so that I have a thicker outline of where I'm going to be cutting, and just letting me know where I'm at with the tiger. So you go back, make your erase marks. So after that, I'm going to move the paper over here just to give you a little better visual. We're going to do the head. So if you're wondering how big the head has to be, just big enough to cover your thumb. So this tiger's head is obviously really large, which isn't a bad thing. But if you're trying to figure out how to measure, you just want it large enough to cover your thumb. So that's where it's going to go. Okay, so we're going to do our somewhat of an oval. This is probably a little bit bigger than I need, but not too bad. And draw his ears. I'm going to do the other shape inside for his mouth. A little triangle for the nose. Some whiskers inside. And then his eyes. I do like to spread out his eyes just a little to give me room to add stripes in between later. I'm also going to outline his head in black marker, but first we're going to do his tail. So this leaves me plenty of room to go with the tail. Tail is just a nice squiggle, something you would do if you were making a snake or a worm, and then you round out the top. If your tail seems to be too long, which mine's actually pretty long, you can always stop or cut it later. Let me outline everything that I've drawn now. I'm not going to go back too much and erase my pencil marks, but you're always welcome to. It does make for a cleaner and neater look. I also like to color in the nose of the tiger. I know sometimes we just leave it outlined, but I really like it colored in. I think it gives it just a little better look. I'm going to outline his eyes in black, so I'm actually going to color them blue, as I stated earlier. I think a white tiger with blue eyes looks really cool. And then I also like to color in the tip of the tail. I just like the definition that it gives. So with the stripes of the tail, it's just kind of going back and forth, in and out, however you like to look at it. Just top and bottom, depending on your angle. And as thin and thick as you want. You know, the stripes can be really whatever you want them to be. When I was doing this project, I wanted to find out something new about tigers that I never knew before. And never really looked into tigers too much, other than I believe it was my 3rd grade project. I did choose white tigers. But since then, you know, you hear things and see a few things here and there, but never really did too much research. And I wanted to find a fun little fact for today. And one thing I read that was kind of interesting and cool was that, like humans, fingerprints, tigers' stripes are never the same. So even though they look really similar, they're never the same stripes, which I thought would be a fun fact, especially for this art project. Okay, so now our tigers have all the stripes that you want to give them. We are going to cut everything out and then glue it together. Oh, I am going to color in his eyes. And my tail had a little extra pencil marks that I didn't want. So I am definitely not the best cutter. Definitely not my strongest skill. But I'm going to do my best. Hopefully, parents, you have children's scissors for the kids to practice their cutting. If not, definitely cut stuff out for them. You want to be safe. Okay, so I'll cut out the tail first, just because it seems to be the easiest. Round out the tail. Put that to the side. Oh, left a little extra here. Okay. And I do like to cut mine into pieces. I find it a little bit easier to cut. So after we complete this, please share comments, ideas, any other crafts or ideas that you'd like us to share with you. We would be happy to. We hope you really enjoy this project afterwards. You know, my daughter really enjoyed doing it with me. So we do have a few tigers, and then we got to use them as little figurines, and I had to play with her and play pretend, and you know, mommy, daddy tiger, and brother, sister tiger, things like that. All the fun little things you do. This cutting is taking a little bit more time than I had anticipated, so I do apologize. But I'm trying not to rip my tiger. It is something that happened earlier as I was making examples and different tigers with my daughter. I got in a little rush and the body got a little torn, but you know, it's okay. I was able to glue it and make it all better again. Okay. So now we have the body. I'm gonna move my scraps of paper over. And I'm using this yellow paper because when I glue, I don't want to get glue all over the table. That's also why I really like glue sticks. Makes it for less of a mess. So glue them. I'm gonna put some glue on the head of the tiger as well. Just make sure it sticks really well. I'm gonna check the bottom, add some glue if needed. Alright, and then we're gonna do the tail. So with the tail, I do like to glue it on the back, just to make sure it sticks and I get enough glue on there. And there you have it, my white tiger. So I hope you all really enjoyed this craft. Please share pictures with us after your final projects. Thanks.